I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Good, Gavin.
Gavin, lovely to meet you.
Yeah, lovely
Thank
to
you
meet
for waiting
you
out in the
too.
cold. It's fucking freezing. Excuse my language.
We saw you with the guns out earlier. It's a bit too
You
cold
do what
now.
you can. Fashion comes first, even in fucking rain. So what can we do about that?
I mean, obviously you're no stranger to like big projects, but was this kind of off the charts?
Look, I was very fortunate. I have been very fortunate with the productions I've gotten to work with in the past, but this is obviously on another scale, at least to myself. It's such a megalith, whether it's in terms of the worlds that are being built and the longevity they expect from this, the franchise, or just the caliber of the actors that I was fortunate enough to work with. You know, I've said this many times in the previous interviews, but I'll say it again. It is still sinking in the fact that I got to share a screen with people I grew up admiring, let alone become friends and peers with them. So, and again, I have to thank Zach on this. Zach created a system whereby before we even started filming, we were bound together by experience. We had to go through this rigorous military-style training regime that, you know, there's a saying, we suffer in solidarity, and I'm getting dripped on. Look at that. It's wonderful. No, we suffer in solidarity, right? And so it meant that we all had a mutual respect and admiration for what we inevitably all had to go through, and that is personified through the story here, the struggle, the survival. And Zach is brilliant in that sense, because a lot of people kind of, I think, reduce certain aspects of his aesthetic into this idea that he just loves physicality, but it's not that. He makes stories, and he creates stories about warriors, the few against the many, and to do that, to pull that off, to achieve that, takes discipline, takes sacrifice, takes adaptability, and this is what we were fortunate enough to experience before we even started. So remember, once we started, we were all on the same page, we were all suffering in solidarity.
I mean, talking about that physicality, you get to do some real cool stunts.
Yeah, it was so
cool.
cool.
A particular favourite one?
Jumping off a 400-foot cliff and landing on a bird. I am a massive bird nerd. Like, if you think about what I do in my free time, honestly, when I wasn't working, I'd take my little encyclopedia of birds in California, and I would just watch the hummingbirds, and I'd sit and observe them. So you imagine, for me, as a big bird nerd, to get to fly one, tame it, you can't even put it into words. And again, Zach was kind enough to let us do 90-something% of our own stunts. So, I mean, you think about that. I mean, what a great thing for the spectator to stay with the character when this happens, although we couldn't have done it without our amazing stunt team, I have to say. They were phenomenal at helping us find the character, bring him to life physically. But it was wonderful to get to do my own stunts.
Right. Just a final quick one from
Yes.
me. Who's the biggest rebel on set?
Do you know what really annoys me? I would say Charlie, but that's what everyone says. Everyone goes, it's me. You know, so apparently it's me. I'll ask this one again in a second. He'll be, Jaiman. Oh, Jai. Who's the biggest rebel on set? Don't say me. Don't say me.
Charlie.
There we go. See, Charlie. Of course.
He's a bad dude.
Staz, I take it that you're not afraid of heights then
I am not afraid of heights, but I do faint on roller coasters. So yeah, I've tried them. I've tried to face my fear. I've done 6 or 7 of them, and I failed miserably every single time.
At least you tried, right?
Yeah, at least I tried.
Yeah,
God loves a
amazing.
trier, as they
Yes,
say.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, we're introduced to Tarek in an interesting way.
Yeah.
What would you say is the significance of Tarek as a character within the main Rebel cast and also that scene?
It's a really good question. Thank you. I think there's a level of sensitivity that he brings. I think I try to subvert the overt musculature, the warrior kind of stature by trying to root him in more of an internalized feeling and experience. You know, me as a person, outwardly, sorry, Zach always being the big kid. Outwardly, you know, it was. Sorry, I'm always blown away when he's right there. Outwardly, you know, he's very different to me. He almost is reverse. I am outwardly very emotional, very open, and I think for him, he takes all those same feelings that he feels and he internalizes them. So that's how I think they kind of differ. And I think what's wonderful about this is everyone on this journey is looking for something alongside obvious redemption. And I believe that this journey along the way is going to allow each individual not to just to grow, but grow closer. And I can't wait for you guys to see the part 2, where you really get to see this deep dive into the individuals. You really get to see how they intersect, how they intertwine, where they clash, where they don't clash, along with the extended version, which is also a beautiful thing for us.
Getting the viewers ready. Yeah.
Oh, best believe. The extended version is worth the extension, let me tell you that much. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.